Yeah, bang bang rail. My father-in-law, yeah, Mickey Johnson. He was with a gang called the Thursday Gang, and it was a dangerous little company. Yeah, they was very dangerous. There was plastic bags put over their head for them to make statements, and none of them did. Not one of them made a statement. Yeah, and they all got big bird, 12s, 14s, 18s, all them sort of things. Yeah. When the old man came out of prison, and I was already out of prison, I was with his daughter, so he was very, very jealous of me. I looked after his daughter really well, give her everything she wanted, but he was jealous because I was getting more than what he was getting. I was with a big company, and I was getting looked after, so he wasn't getting really anything, yeah? Well, they tried to, I know the old man had something to do with it, they tried to assassinate, they would not assassinate me, I'm not the president, but they tried to hit me, yeah? They got guys, there's a big thing about it, Jimmy Ward and his brothers, they tried to top me, yeah? Jimmy Ward gave him 25 grand to kill me, to put me away, and that was something to do with the old man. I know that he was involved because the old man was a very heavy man. And I've never really said about this before, but me and Bindon, we'd had trouble, me and Bindon, down the Cromwellian in Cromwell Road, the gambling club, nightclub, and we've had a few words said here and there, and Bindon put me on my arse once, and I've never ever forgot it, never ever forgot that. And when the old man came out of prison, he didn't like me with his daughter, and a couple of times I've been down to the house, and Bindon's been there, maybe in the other room, with the old man. The old woman's told me Bindon's in there, and this, that, and the other. And I said, come down, we're going to go. I don't want to get involved in any problems with Bindon because of the trouble I've had with Bindon. And the old man was with a little company, dangerous little firm, and I was looking after the old man. I was giving the old man bits and pieces, and the old man was going away selling it and giving me my little bit of profit, but he was taking more of the profit than me. I didn't bother, wasn't really bothered. Then he became really greedy, but started nicking my parcels, yeah? And then my girlfriend, Danny, went round there, they got him one day, broke all his toes on his foot. When he came out to have a go at my Danny, she smashed the gate on his toes, smashed his toes. Well, that caused a problem. He then said I had something in the boot of the car, which I didn't have, and he said that I'd nicked it, because then that's caused more problems for me. Bindon was about that time, and what happened? Me and Bindon had a right fight. We had a real bad fight with Bindon. Just across the road from where I live, in a place called Hilly Fields, yeah? No, sorry, not Hilly Fields, Fairfield. The Fairfield, yeah? There was a big, opposite where I lived in the Fairfield, there was a big park, yeah? Me, Johnny Bindon, the old man, Jimmy Ward, a few other people, my girlfriend Danny. My girlfriend Danny was screaming. She was with Alan Stanton's wife, Jackie Stanton. We went over the green, and me and Johnny Bindon had a fight, a proper fight. No knives, no guns, nothing like that. It was just a proper fight, me and him, because the old man got a bit leery. Johnny Bindon come over to oblige me. So I said, come on, we're going to the green, have a right fight. Me and him went out on the green, and we had a right fight. I mean, there was no winners. There was no winners at that time, yeah? Johnny Bindon hurt me. I hurt Johnny Bindon. There was, no one got the better, right? But I knew deep down inside that the next time I see Johnny Bindon, I want to smash him to pieces. I'm going to really bust him up, you know? Because I really didn't put all my old heart into the fight, yeah? It wasn't worth it. He couldn't do nothing to me. I was massive. I was really big, powerful geezer. I just let me and him throw punches here and there, yeah? And obviously he hit me on the jaw a few times. I clumped him a few times, but it wasn't to really do much damage to him, yeah? But anyway, say it was like a draw, yeah? Leave it at that. But I knew that it wouldn't end there between me, Bindon, the old man, Jimmy Ward, and a few other people that are there. There was only me, my Danny, and a couple of my pals that was in my house, yeah? In a way, I'm pleased that my pals was in the house because it could have got a bit out of hand, i.e. taking me away or something, yeah? But it didn't come to that. I mean, the old man wanted me dead. Without a shadow of doubt, he wanted me dead. Jimmy Ward, this is before Jimmy Ward got people on to top me. Jimmy Ward wanted me dead for the old man. There's all paperwork to prove all this on my YouTube. You can see that all the paperwork's on it. Anyway, so me and Bindon didn't get, we wasn't getting on at all. And he was called Biffo, yeah, for reasons, because he used to biff and boff everybody. His name was Biffo. But everybody thought my name was Biffo, but his name was Biffo, yeah. He used to, love fighting, and he used to bash people up all the time, biff and boff, Biffo, yeah. So I wanted to nick that name. I love that name, Biffo, because I was similar in a way when I was fighting, yeah. But at that time, I wasn't doing much fighting. I'd already done my fighting. I'd done my fightings in the 80s, 70s, 80s, yeah, and I wasn't fighting street fighting, that unlicensed fighting, that all finished, yeah. I didn't have to because I was doing other things with big people, yeah. I got hold of one of my mates and told him what had happened. He said, do you want him sorted out, Ray? Do you want Bindon sorted out? We can sort him out, mate, in seconds. I said, no, leave it, yeah. Bindon's, listen, Bindon, to me, he ain't nothing, yeah? Okay, he pulls out knives, he pulls out this, that and the other. He's a gangster, he knows a lot of people, so do I, yeah? Maybe I might know more people than he knows, It's only because he's been in the film game. A lot of these film people got equity or ex-gangsters or gangsters. That's why a lot of these get these film parts, because they are gangsters. So I said, no, leave it. And then that was Bindon. When I was down, the Washers called it, the Battersea, when he was over Battersea Bridge, and he had that, Putney Bridge, sorry, he had that thing in the pub, getting his thing out, putting it in the rolls with the girls. He was a bit of a flash guy because he had that between his legs, yeah? Now, me and Bindon, right, I used to go down loads of clubs. Cromwellian, Pal Joey's, Fidenz's, Bootleggers, Blondes, Pal Joey's, Browns, all these clubs, Stringfellows, Hippodromes. I used to go to all these clubs with my people, yeah. Bindon, I met him down Stringfellows Club. Right. My mates was on the door, Ray the Viking and a couple of brothers, yeah, that I ain't going to mention, but bad brothers, yeah, come from Twickenham. They was on the door, or one of them was on the door, yeah, but they're accompanying a bad company, anyway, and they really are bad. I mean, they're worse than a lot of companies that I work with. These bad brothers, they don't muck about, yeah. They're like ninjas. They hide in. They're just proper. 1 minute. They're just proper people, yeah. Anyway, me. When I was in Stringfellows, there was me. There was 3 or 4 people in there, yeah, with me. Bindon was there, being flash, dancing about, thinking he's big time Charlie Potatoes. Got carried away. He's talking to them brothers. He knows quite a few people in there. He knows my mates, Ray the Viking. He knows other people because they've been in other clubs. Me and Bindon didn't get eye to eye at all. I knew that it had to kick off. I knew he was going to kick off without a shadow of doubt. I knew one day that it's really going to kick off. Me and Bindon, right, had a fight outside Stringfellows, around the corner from Stringfellows, down an alleyway, little alleyway by the side of Stringfellows. Me and Bindon, that's a little roadway. Me and Bindon went round there and had a row. Just me and Bindon, no one else. And I smashed him to pieces, mate. I smashed him to pieces. Bindon, he could have a fight. He weren't nowhere near me. And he couldn't fight with me. He couldn't fight with me. No way could he fight with me. Never in a million years. He couldn't fight with me. No way. I knew that. I was too big and powerful for him. I smashed him to pieces, mate. I hit him with some punches. Bindon would never, ever, ever get... Listen, let me tell you something. I hit him with so many punches, right, and I can really bang. I smashed him to pieces, Bindon. I smashed him to pieces. That time that I smashed him to pieces, I picked Bindon up, right, picked him up, dragged him round to Stringfellows, got some people to put him in a cab and take him away, yeah. To me, he was a fucking bully, yeah. Bindon was a bully, right, but he had to be hurt. He had to be hurt. He couldn't keep bullying and threatening me, yeah. He couldn't keep doing it. It comes to a stage in your life, yeah, you don't allow people to do that to you. He knew that me and him was going to kick it off. He knew, listen mate, he fucking knew that I'd bash him up, yeah, but he wanted to take it a little bit further. Mate, I didn't give him a chance to put his hands in his pockets. I didn't give him a chance to pull out anything, mate. I hit him so hard, the first punch. That was it. Once I hit him that first punch, and he was gone, I just smashed him to pieces. I smashed him to pieces. My father-in-law, and a few other people, right, come to shoot me. That was the time they all come to shoot me. At that time, yeah. That was why the contract come on. The contract was to hit me, yeah. That was all over the same thing. Even though Bindon had a fight with Jimmy Ward, stabbed Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward was on my father-in-law's side, and they was also on Bindon's side. They didn't want me around. I was too much of a threat. They didn't want me around. Bindon, right, was Alan Stanton. When they had that club, Jackie Stanton was with my missus, used to see my missus a lot. Alan Stanton, he died of a thing called bird disease. I don't know what sort of disease that is, but he died of bird disease, yeah. When I see Johnny Bindon in my father-in-law's house, it's sort of got to come out, had to come out. When I see Johnny Bindon in my father-in-law's house and I walked in there and he looked like deformed up. He looked like deformed up. Johnny Bindon looked at me, he never said a word, mate. He knew. So my father-in-law knew that I'd bashed him up. My father-in-law knew I bashed him up. Everyone says that I took a liberty because he was ill. He was ill under the AIDS. He had AIDS, yeah? He was ill. He was having a big fling with Lady Margaret. That was the big gossip that was going about. The big gossip was going about that she died of AIDS because she was in a wheelchair. That was the big gossip going about. The big gossip was going about that a lot of people that I know very close to, that I ain't to say too much about it, that also died of AIDS, yeah, through Johnny Bindon. So Johnny Bindon was a bit of a bad man in a way because he knew he had AIDS. And yet he didn't care. He didn't care who he slept with and what he did. He just parted it, he just put it about. All right? What sort of man's that? To know he's got AIDS, he's dying of AIDS, and yet he goes, puts it about to other people, famous people, people that I love. He ruined their life, man. He ruined their life, and people think, oh, what a nice guy, he's a Johnny Bindon, and all this, that, and the other, mate. He was a dog. He was a dog. Okay, he was an old man, but he come unstuck. He come unstuck, mate. You know, I mean, there'll be people watching and say, nah, never in a million years. He come unstuck, mate. He come right unstuck, Johnny Bindon. He thought deep down inside that he could bash me up. He come unstuck. He thought he could hurt me, right? Listen, AIDS, if he had AIDS at that time, I didn't know about it. That's his own fault, yeah? But he shouldn't take me round the corner and think that I'm going to stand for what he's going to do to me, yeah? He could have had blades in his sock, blades in the back of his trousers, anything. I didn't give him a chance. I didn't go around to talk. As soon as I went around, threw a few punches, put his hands up, bang, straight through, smashed him to pieces, mate. Once I hit you on the chin, you're going. Right? He didn't hit the floor, but I smashed him to pieces, standing up. He was up against the wall, mate. I just kept hitting him. And that's it. I just dragged him around the corner and said, put him in the cab and go. You know, and that's the reason why they put a contract out on me for 25 grand. My father-in-law, Jimmy Ward, and also it was about Bindon. But maybe it was through Jackie Stanton or Alan Stanton. I think Alan Stanton was dead then, but it may be through Jackie Stanton. I don't know who it was through, but they wanted me put away, yeah. Anyway, I didn't. I'm here talking. There's a lot of people make stories about being shot, being stabbed. Listen, my life, mate, is crazy. My life is crazy. You know what I mean? There's not many people can say this, that I smashed Johnny Bindon to pieces. All right, he knocked me out, put me on my arse outside the Cromwellian, yeah, early in the years. But mate, when I come out of prison, I know I was massive and very powerful and I can have a right fight. He didn't stand a chance. Whether or not anybody remembers that from Stringfellows, when me and him had a row outside, I don't know. Perhaps there is. You've got to remember, my mate Ray the Viking was there. Them two brothers were there, really, really proper, powerful people. Even today, these two brothers are really powerful, more powerful than a lot of firms that are still around today. But anyway, this is Bang Bang Radio. Please press the like button and subscribe. And have a nice evening, yeah. Take a nice one.